We just finished the stream where we were testing our first impressions on Eve, doing the viewer pools and all of that great stuff. So let's talk a little bit about, once again, the first impressions. And this is important to mention, this is not the final build, the final review or anything, this is just after quick and dirty testing, mostly on Union Raid and on Anomaly Interception, what are our feelings on Eve at the moment. So, as usual, before we start, hello there, welcome back to the Waifus, I'm Sefhi, your favorite gambling addict. Today's topic, Eve, first impressions, fan service wise, 10 out of 10. Some people don't like her face, some people don't like her boobs, I'm only looking at her ass, so I am completely fine. Let's talk a little bit about my build first, and then we'll talk about the different accounts I tested on. So I tested on my own account, and as you can see, my Rapid Red Hood is quite strong, 92% elemental. Can you guys see this properly? Yes, 92% elemental, 15% attack, 145 ammo. Pretty good Rapid Red Hood. My Eve didn't get as lucky on rolls. So we got elemental attack, pretty nice. We got crit rate, which is pretty good on the blue line, plus ammo. We got ammo again, an attack with ammo, another crit rate, and then elemental attack and crit damage. So it's not bad lines, but clearly my Rappi is better. She is 10-10-10 at the moment. I tested her also at 7-7-7. I forgot to level up her attraction, her bond level, so she is level 1 when I was testing, now she's level 10. And she is only base copy versus my Rappi LB2. My Rappi is LB2. Both of them have, as you can see, a purple SR doll. So in that regard, it's not a proper equal test because my Eve is weaker, and then later I'll show you another account where both of them have actually the same investment, and we can see this a little bit clearer. TLDR, if you didn't watch the whole video, get a copy, absolutely the strongest iron DPS in the game at the moment. Of course, Rappi is better, but Rappi is still a fire character that also applies weakness to iron units, etc, etc, etc. So Rappi is still stronger, but right now for pure iron units, this is the strongest DPS in the game by far. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on with her. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to help me grow the channel. Let's jump directly into the test, honestly, to not waste too much time. So first I went into Union range 777 on my Eve, and as you can see the results were like kind of meh. I went mates with liter first, 1.6 versus 3.7. This is already like one of the strongest iron DPSs, even at this investment level. Then I went with mates and volume, and she did 1.5 and 3.3. She does not need volume. Mates are more than enough. She gets 60% crit rate on skill 1, 15% base crit rate all characters in the game have, and then with the gear that I have, she's getting another 10%. So 85% in total crit rate without any other characters, right? Plus whatever mates are giving her, or volume, or Miranda, etc. She's basically only missing a couple shots on every magazine, and that's about it. So with volume it was 1.5, 3.3. With Miranda it was 1.7, 3.4. And I was like, okay, let's take her to 10-10-10 and let's retry similar tips. I went with like a normal Crown, Helm, Volume. Helm is giving crit rate here too. 2.7 versus 5, already better. Then with Liter, 3.3 versus 6, pretty good. And then with Liter, Crown, Helm, but using Red Hood. And as you can see, she is stronger than Red Hood for bosses. If we're talking about hard campaign, Red Hood still gets more usage as a buffer, as a B1, and Eve will not be used on hard campaign. Eve, it's a fantastic character for bosses, but most likely that's gonna be her limitation, just like Mihara. Again, we need to keep testing, but it looks like that's gonna be the case. And then lastly I went with Miranda, Helm, and a Declared Wife, and she went up to a 3.6, pretty good. This is a nice team if you wanna go with like a solo DPS Eve. This is a good composition for raids. Now you might be thinking, well, but this is not good enough to be like, you know, the best iron DPS. So let's go into Tarsis account. Tarsis account has better investment on Eve, you can see right here. This is both Eve and Rappi, 4 elemental, 4 attack lines. Eve in this case got 1 max ammo, 1 crit rate, 1 crit damage, and then 4 elemental, 4 attack. So Maid's Liter, 3.1 versus 4.4, sorry, 3.7 versus 4.4, a lot more close. This one, which is probably the one I'll use on the thumbnail, as you can see, with Miranda and the Maze, is using 3.9 versus 3.7. And then going back to Liter, we're doing 4.6, 6.3. And then with Naga, because damage to cores, 6.5 on Rapid Red Hood versus 3.7 on Eve. And then lastly, we were checking as well a little bit of Little Mermaid. And in fact, Little Mermaid is better to go with her because you just rotate faster. So Helm is giving you enough crit with Eve that you are consistently critting. And then you're getting enough boosts for Crown. Not only that, but the rotations with Siren will always be better than running Litter or anything else. We also tried the Crown Mass Tech. I personally don't like it because I like being a lazy auto bosso. So all in all, this is a character that is doing the same, if not more damage than Rapid Red Hood for bosses on elemental advantage. If you get proper investment into her, that's also like important, getting proper investment into her. We're still not sure what the proper skill investment will be. Skill 1 will be 10, but the skill 2 and burst, you might be able to live at level 7 and save you some resources. It's expensive building so many characters. Something important for the cube, though, we can talk about now, is that she's reloading 3 rounds after landing 10 normal attacks. This is only when enemies belong to electric code. So this, paired with Bastion, means she's reloading 6 bullets every 10 shots. 6 bullets every 10 shots, more than 50% of what she just fired, right? That is fantastic. If you get a couple lines of max ammo, this means she basically almost never reloads. Now, when it comes to max ammo, now that we're talking about this, I'm still not sure, and Ali was telling me he's doing like some math, if crit damage will be better than attack for her gear. For now, I would focus on the usual: elemental, max ammo, and attack. Crit rate, I got 2 lines, and that is working really well for me. I don't know if I want to reroll 4 more or if I just want to keep 2 of them and that's it. I might reroll that hit rate to instead try to get some elemental damage in there, because that would be fantastic, honestly. But it's a lot of RNG to actually get that. And of course, we get charge damage. Let me see if we can get this elemental or attack just to finish wasting all of my rocks. I mean, I will take the crit damage over the hit rate. Even though she's an assault rifle, she benefits from hit rate, but I don't care too much on it. So all in all, this is a character that is really strong. I will say get the copy 100%. Would I go for dupes? Not really. Stellar Blade into Near Rerun, into Summer, into whatever the fuck they decide to release. I've said this multiple times. I don't think it's worth going for MLB or absolutely nothing. Damn that ass, bro. Now, back to topic, okay, before I keep getting distracted. 1 copy, more than enough. I think it's worth even ticketing her. I ticketed my copy because I got shafted. I will say yes, do get 1 at least if you can. When it comes to the full build and the tier list, I will say wait a couple days until we keep testing. I'm going to assume she is going to be at least a T1 character. I'm not sure if I'm going to be putting her on a T0 or not. We need to keep testing different compositions and on more accounts as well. That's it, that's going to be it for this video. It's the first impressions. There is not a lot to talk about outside of the results from those tests. Do let me know how she is working for you guys and how your pulls were. Hopefully you were luckier than me. I will upload the pulls tomorrow and the viewer pulls too. That's it, enough japping. We are out. We're live every day. Link in the description down below. Love you all bastards. Good luck with your pull generates. I'll see you in the next one.